What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Johnny Nelson. Get this. Once again, Johnny Nelson makes a statement about Oleksandr Usyk. Johnny Nelson makes a bold claim, and he says, I'd have outboxed him. It would have been easy. Wow. Johnny Nelson has made an audacious claim about beating the current heavyweight champion. The former WBO cruiserweight king has been retired for 17 years. Nelson is now a pundit for Sky Sports and was on a beach earlier this week chatting to Boxing Social's representative about the showdown between Chris Billiam Smith and Isaac Chamberlain. The pair met, when they met, when he was 31 years old, and Nelson was in good form, stating that he wants to see good fights while refusing to pick a winner, okay? He said this about Usyk. He said, I'd have beaten him. I'd have outboxed him, and it would have been pretty easy. I would have had the right movement and anticipation against him and would have been able to throw instinctive shots. Wow. He said, I think the mistakes Anthony Joshua made against him were that he was trying to be sure of the shots that he was throwing before throwing it. And in doing that, that's why he didn't throw the shots when he wanted to, because when he set it off, Usyk would move. Usyk pressured him with the feet to make him work at a pace and pressured him into a position that he didn't want to be in. He said it's a great fight, and I don't think it's an impossible ask for Anthony Joshua, even though it's a tough one. It's an intriguing fight, and Saudi Arabia once again gets the chance to see these boys in action. Let me counterpunch. Johnny Nelson, he's very seasoned, very experienced fighter, okay? I haven't seen many of his fights, so I don't really have much to gauge on Johnny Nelson. I know I did an interview with him once upon a time. We were on a panel together, rather. And he's from Sheffield, Joshua's from Sheffield, so you can see the biasness in there because, he said that, of course, we heard Johnny Nelson say that Oleksandr Usyk is not a great fighter. He's not a great fighter. He's a good fighter. Okay. But I think now he's went a step further. Like, hey, I would have beaten him. Not only I would have beaten him, I would have outboxed him. Not only I would have outboxed him, I would have outboxed him easily. So, we look at his record, with 12 losses, 2 draws, 59 total fights, 45 wins, 29 by KO. Okay. And we're looking at guys he lost by, Henry Akawanda. He took out John Fury, who was a very good fighter. Beat Jimmy Thunder, God bless the dead. Corey Sanders was pretty good. James Waring. Dennis Bailey, a fellow Brit. Brian Shoemaker, another fellow Brit. And he lost his first 3 fights. He took an L. Now, you could say he was experienced, but I'm looking here. I don't see anybody that had that type of movement, okay? So, I think from any retired fighter, anybody that used to fight, former fighter, they see things that they could do outside looking in. But I think it's a totally different story if you're in there with that fighter. And I've seen Johnny Martin. Don't get me wrong. Johnny Nelson. Johnny Martin's a stunt coordinator. So sorry, that's in my mind. Johnny Nelson, I've seen him spar. I've seen him. I've seen his reactor. His reactions. They're pretty good. He has like a Michael Hunter type style, because Michael Hunter is a very good boxer. He's a very underrated boxer. If you guys don't know who Michael Hunter is an American heavyweight, not the most popular, but he's very good. He's very technical. He knows how to box. And if I was going to give him any type of range, I would put him in that barometer or in that circle with Michael Hunter. Okay. Well, I do know Oleksandr Usyk beat Michael Hunter, but it was a very competitive fight. Okay, it was very competitive, and and it's just so convenient and easy for people to say that. That's why I think, like, I think that's the respect of any fighter that used to fight, especially a guy that's, older. I'm pretty sure he's in good shape. I know he's in good shape still, but I mean, not fighting shape. But, it's almost like, hey, it's like Roberto Duran saying that, hey, I would have beat Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya saying, hey, oh, I would have beat Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? So it's like, once somebody's from a whole nother era of fighting in a fighting time, would say that. Like Ali said, oh, I would have beat these guys, this day or whatever. So, and some people vice versa would talk back and talk about people they would have beat, but it's all fantasy, so it really doesn't matter. But my opinion, I would like to see it, but, I don't think until Oleksandr Usyk gets in there with something and gets beat by somebody, it's hard to say that, especially someone with 12 losses. You know what I mean? Because it's like Oleksandr Usyk finds ways to win. Okay. And I think dealing with Martin, there I go again, Nelson, Jesus. When I think about Johnny Nelson, I think that Usyk is able to adapt to almost any style. Anywhere from Tony Bellew, Derek Chisora, Anthony Joshua. He's able. Michael Hunter's another one because he what he does. Like I seen Tony Bellew just say this today. He pretty much downloads everything that you do the first few rounds. And then according to Usyk, when he fought Bellew, that wasn't even his intention to knock out Tony Bellew until he wanted to see what he had for 4 rounds. While Tony Bellew was getting off, countering, setting traps and all this good stuff, he was tiring himself out. But at that same time, Oleksandr Usyk was definitely learning about him. Okay, he was definitely learning, like, Usyk was learning about Tony Bellew. Okay, he was learning everything he needed to learn. And then when he caught on, he knocked him out. Okay, so, it's one of those things when it comes to Usyk. He's very dangerous. And I think Johnny Nelson, being from Sheffield, Anthony Joshua's gym, his amateur gym and everything, and he's trained in Sheffield. Okay, they're from the same place. So, I think they're tight. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's backing the Brit, which he should. It's a national thing. Go figure. But I think he's really overlooking the fundamentals and the potential and skill set of Oleksandr Usyk. I think he dumbs that down. But him saying that, I mean, how do we know? How would we ever prove that? Because he hasn't fought again in 17 years. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Johnny Nelson saying that Oleksandr Usyk, he would outbox him and he would outbox him easily. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.